Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Wellness with Pao, where we are always celebrating who we are as cosmic energies. We are always tapping into our power as we are connected to the cosmos, as we are such beings powered by the same life source, same love, same frequency and vibration and power that fuels our earth, that fuels our galaxy and space. We are one with the universe. We are one with the cosmos. In today's episode, I would like to touch on the power of beauty and how much it makes a difference when we are surrounded by things that are beautiful, things that are pleasant to the eyes and the ears and our five senses. It is said, and I truly believe this, that there's so much high frequency and vibration that comes with beauty. And that is why sometimes when you are dressed up, when you see beautiful things, when you beautify yourself or when you beautify your surroundings, you feel so good when you hear beautiful music, when you see a beautiful building, when you're walking through a forest and it's fall and you see all of the changes of the colors of the leaves, you feel so good. And that is because beauty has a very high frequency and vibration that lifts our energy, lifts our power, and lifts our emotions and feelings. So in this episode, I would love for you to consider and leverage the power of beauty. And I will suggest a few steps, a few things, how you can do this in your day-to-day. One way of experiencing beauty is the sense of smell. Make sure or try to put a scent around you that makes you feel good. It's common sense, guys, right? So if you go into a space where it doesn't smell good, it doesn't feel good, right? But if you go into a place and you enter a room that smells so good and fresh and kind of like, oh my God, it makes you feel so good, whether it is a smell of food, a smell of a scent of a fragrance of flowers, or just the smell of fresh linen. And sometimes people like the smell of rain, the smell of the ground and the leaves. When you're planting and when you're gardening, just the smell of that soil, earthy smell kind of makes you feel so good. So that's one thing that you can work on is you find a way where the spaces you enter smells good. You could put a cologne on yourself, or you could just tidy up the environment or the space around you. Another thing that you can do for the beauty is just looking around you and say, when I enter this room, when I enter my office, when I enter my bedroom, or when I go to my kitchen, my living room, any space in your home, even if it's just a garage, even if it's your car, is it tidy? Is it clutter-free? Or is it really nice to be at? So that's another thing. Even a small space like your desk. When you look at your desk, do you feel good when you look at your desk? That's another way of incorporating beauty and the power of beauty in your space and in your day-to-day. Another one is when you eat. How do you put your food on your plate? You know how when aesthetically the coffee looks good or the drink looks good, or when you go to a restaurant and then they serve you the plate and then there's got trimmings in it and the weight looks good and it makes you want to take a picture, or it actually compels you to take out your camera and take a picture of it and Instagram it, right? And share it in your media. It's because it feels good to look at the beautiful arrangement of the food. That's another thing you can do as you prepare your meal or your drink. Use a really nice cup or arrange the food on your plate so it's aesthetically pleasing to the eye, and then just kind of be in the moment of appreciating that as you're doing it and as you're eating your food and it looks so good on your plate. Find a nice plate, maybe a placemat, find a nice looking utensil, silverware. Like me, when I drink my coffee in the morning, there is this favorite cup that I have. It's kind of like cream with white gold lines in it, and then the handle is gold, made of gold, and then the trim around the cup is gold. And every time I look at it, I feel like I'm royalty. So it's my favorite cup when I take my coffee. There are other cups that I like, but I gravitate to that cup because that day I feel like I'm royalty. I feel like I'm so elevated when I'm using that cup. And it's my favorite cup. And even my silverware, I gravitate towards gold. That one time I look at this set of utensils and they're gold and they're colored gold. And so I bought them, and whenever I use them, I feel good. So the other one is really just figuring out a way on how you can spend time with nature and rediscovering the beauty of nature. And nature is so vast and so full of abundance of beauty. It's free. It doesn't require you to pay anything. It doesn't require you to buy anything. And all it requires you is to appreciate and to look at them and to kind of spend time appreciating how beautiful they are. The birds, the sound of the birds, so that's your hearing sense. Your sight sense when you look at the trees and the skies, the clouds, the beautiful moon at night. And when it's a clear sky at night, you're looking at the stars. When you're looking at the trees, again, the sight. And sometimes some trees, when it's a fruit tree, you can smell the fruit from the leaves, right? So that's your sense of smell. And when you are just sitting on the grass and it's kind of a really nice breezy day, and there's a lot of trees around you, a lot of plants around you, and the wind makes a sound as it crosses, as it hugs the trees and the plants around you. That's your sense of hearing, right? And the sense of feel is as you lay on the grass, you kind of like feel the softness of the grass or the softness of the petals of flowers. That's your sense of feeling. And as you incorporate this in all your senses, then you amplify and you become intentional, appreciating and being grateful for the beauty around you. So there you have it, my dear, dear friends and my dear, dear listeners. There is so much power in leveraging the beauty around us and leveraging that high frequency vibration of beauty. And as we end this podcast, I wish you beauty. I did not touch on you also appreciating yourself and finding beauty in yourself. So maybe that's another time that we talk about that. So happy, beautiful day to all of you, and happy cosmic living today. And thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you again next time. Take care, everyone.